Hi, my name's Erin Brown, and I'm a health education major at Sam Houston State University. I am certified by the American Red Cross in first aid, AED use, and CPR on adults, children, and infants. I'm going to walk you through a tutorial on adult CPR. Note that child and infant CPR are different from adult CPR. When coming across an injured or ill adult, the first step before approaching them is to check the scene. If the scene is safe for you to help, then you may go on to the next step. But if the scene is unsafe and you could not help the victim without putting yourself in harm's way, then you should wait until the scene is safe, or just call 911 and wait for an emergency responder to arrive. Once the scene is safe, you can approach the injured or ill adult and check if they are conscious. This is called the tap and shout method. You tap the person on the shoulder and shout, "Are you okay?" If there is no response from the victim, call 911 or have someone else call 911 and have them retrieve an AED or an automated external defibrillator. The next step is to open the victim's airways by using the head tilt chin lift method. One hand will be on the forehead and the other on the chin, as you can see in the picture. Next, you will be checking for breathing for 10 seconds. This is called the look, listen, feel method. While using the head tilt chin lift method, you will put your head down by their face, with you looking toward their chest. Look for the chest to rise and fall. Listen for breathing and feel for breath on your cheek. Count out loud to 10 if that will help you keep time. Note that occasional gasps for air does not mean they are breathing. If they are not breathing, you move into CPR. CPR is a cycle of 30 chest compressions followed by 2 rescue breaths. It is important to have someone note what time you began CPR so you know how long you've been performing it. But first, make sure the person is lying flat on their back on a firm surface. The 30 chest compressions should be in the center of the chest, using the heel of one hand and lacing the other hand on top of it, as shown in the picture. Make sure that you are lifting your fingers off the chest as you compress. And each chest compression should be at least 2 inches deep and at a rate of 100 compressions per minute. So that's faster than 1 per second. Counting out loud at a steady, even pace will keep you in time. After the 30 compressions, give 2 rescue breaths. Use the head tilt chin lift method to open up the airways, pinch the nose, and give 2 rescue breaths for 1 second each. Make sure that you are closing the nasal airway and making a complete seal over the mouth. In between each rescue breath, you should look up for the chest for rise and fall. If the chest does not rise and fall with the first breath, re-tilt the head and try again. If the second breath does not make the chest rise and fall, it may be because the victim is choking on something and it is blocking the airway, so your breaths will not go in. At this point, you would have to start a modified CPR, but I will not be able to get into that at this time. But if the 2 breaths do go in and make the chest rise and fall, you will restart the cycle. 30 chest compressions, followed by 2 rescue breaths. You do not stop CPR unless you are too exhausted to continue, they show obvious signs of life, the AED is ready to use, another trained responder or emergency personnel arrives that is more trained than you, or if the scene becomes unsafe and you cannot continue to give care without putting yourself in harm's way. Here's a quick review. Check the scene to see if the scene is safe. Tap and shout to see if they are conscious. Call 911 and get an AED. Look, listen, and feel for breathing for 10 seconds. Give 30 chest compressions, followed by 2 rescue breaths. You will continue the cycle of chest compressions and rescue breaths until one of the reasons stated earlier. Thank you for watching. And a special thanks to Carrie Hopkinson for being my CPR mannequin for these pictures. To learn more about CPR, adult CPR, infant or child CPR, or to become CPR certified, you can visit www.redcross.org.